Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I'm Ashley Sledge,
And I'm Ken Sledge.
and let's defend horror.
So today we are joined once again by the amazing Headlong into Monsters. Raul, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing so good. I am hyped for this, man. I've been looking forward to it.
Awesome.
So have we. And Ashley, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Equally as excited.
Yeah, this is we did an episode together. We knew right away that we wanted to work together again. So we did a My First Horror Movie episode, and now we are doing this in defense of. But before we start, do you guys have seen them on the channel before for My First Horror Movie, but for those of you that haven't seen these guys, can you guys tell us a little bit about what you do over at Headlong into Monsters?
Debauchery.
Well, yeah, debauchery. Ashley nailed it. We talk about horror movies and horror happenings and pretty much whatever the hell else we want to, right, Ash? Or Ashley? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
The cardinal sin has been committed and he must die. No, we honestly want it to be really chill and fun. And so we try to be funny. We try to do our best to stay on track and we just can't do it. But we just love talking horror movies and it's not too serious. Yeah.
And
Amazing.
it works.
It does.
It's a blast
Mhm.
to hang out with you guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you're following them on social media. Make sure you're subscribing to the podcast. We have all those links down in the description. So when you're done here, make sure you're going, following them, subscribing to them so you can become a part of their family as well.
Absolutely. Ashley, do you want to tell everybody what movie we are defending today?
We are defending Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
Yes.
I am so happy to be talking about this movie.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say
Yeah.
is growing up, I hated this movie. I hated
Oh,
it.
wow.
But you, oh God, I'm not even going to say it.
I know.
I'm not even going to go there.
I was a cynical little douchebag, and I've grown up, and we did a whole
Sorry.
Friday the 13th rewatch, and this used to be my least favorite. This used to be below like Manhattan and X, but after
Whoa.
it completely shot up the list, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first off, we want to talk about the Rotten Tomato scores because that's our universal scoring ranking here, and that agrees with young Kenny because the tomato meter is 18% and the audience ranking is 26%
So
on this movie.
the major criticisms that I read online, it feels much of the same and lackluster at that. Terrible twist that doesn't make sense. Forgettable characters that had very little character development. It's the Halloween 3 of the franchise with no Jason. And the final girl Pam is the worst in the franchise.
Okay.
So
I want to start with you first, Raul. What would you say? Why would you say this movie means so much to you?
Well, I mean, this movie means a lot to me because the first time I ever watched the franchise was when I was kind of like sick, late high school. Well, mid high school, somewhere between like sophomore and junior year. And I just bought the box set and I watched all the movies within maybe 3 days of each other. And it was just one, two, right after another, all of the movies. And I mean, before that, I'd seen, I don't know, here a few movies here and there, but it was the first time seeing all the movies back to back. And this movie was so damn fun to me. And it brought so much joy to my soul when I was like dying medically in bed. And like it made me laugh. It brought the gore, it brought the violence, it brought the three sacred bees of horror movies, I mean it's YouTube. Can I say what the bees are? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, blood, beasts, and boobs. That's what they are. So it brought it all, baby. And I love, what derivative? Sure, why not? But it's an 80s slasher. It's the fifth in a franchise. So it's derivative, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but before I want to give my opinion, Ashley, why does this movie mean so much to you?
Sentimental, and also what my good friend Gilman Joel, he is at the Retro Movie Geek podcast. He deems it cinematic nostalgia disorder. So that's probably why for me. So my mom God rest her soul, was a huge slasher fan. So from the very beginning, I was watching Jason movies, and we watched them all the time. And I didn't think anything about this movie. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. No, I absolutely get that. Like there's Halloween, that's why Halloween's so special to me because of my dad. So I totally get the nostalgia of it.
To me, and I've said this 1,000 times on here for people that know me, this is totally a Jason film until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, don't give me the bullshit.
They
Like,
tried to do something different. I mean,
it
Yeah.
was stupid. The ending of this movie is stupid. I hate the twist of this movie, and that's why I hated it as a kid. I was that's not even Jason. You know, like, dude, listen, little Kenny, if you're watching this on some other plane of existence, stop being a douchebag. The movie's great. Go watch it. Love it. Forget about the Roy Burns stuff. Just enjoy the blue chevrons and go along for the ride, baby.
Roy Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this time we'll start with you, Ashley. Can you think of some of your favorite moments from the film?
So I really like just the opening sequence, which I know is kind of like directly out of part 4. You go straight into this, and you have a really cool opening sequence with these two men who are trying to go, I guess, resurrect Jason, and Corey Feldman is there watching over them. And I just think it's a really cool like into the film. Let's see. There's so many other things, but one of the things that stands out to me the most in this movie is the girl dancing in her bedroom.
Yes.
What's that
Love
song?
dancing.
There's a man with no light in his eyes.
Best
Get
part
it.
of this movie.
I
That
love
dance,
the
I can't do it, but she's awesome. I love her.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
she like does the heck
Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
Friday the 13th movies are good for one thing. It's amazing
Dancing,
dances.
heck yeah.
Dancing.
So what about you,
Yes.
Raul? What are some of your favorite moments?
Well, I mean, I do love that opening, but I mean, the interaction between the people that know and the people that don't want to admit it, like who is it, the mayor getting in the sheriff's face, and the sheriff saying it's Jason, and he's like, no, he was cremated, and pulls up that
Here. This is your Jason Voorhees here. This.
I thought that's so damn cool. Just that kind of showdown between those two authority figures, but also um obviously the outhouse scene with the enchiladas.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
I knew that was gonna come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that scene so damn much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a secret how much Ashley and I
And we
love
get it
Demon.
stuck in people's heads every week on our
Every
lives.
live episode,
Yeah.
we talk about it, we show it. Even as a kid, when I didn't like this film, that was still one of the things where I was like,
Demon is absolutely one
"Those
of
damn enchiladas."
him and like his little brother's relationship.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's definitely a high
Yes.
point of the movie.
Right.
Reggie the
And it's-
Reckless.
Oh yeah, Reggie the Reckless.
I love it. Yeah.
And like I said, you grow up and you watch this movie again, and it ages well in the fact of, like you said, they were trying to do something different.
Mhm.
But if you cut out again the last 10 minutes of this movie, it's just strictly another Friday the 13th movie that went overboard on the kills and the boobs, and it was still censored really bad by the MPAA. So
Yeah.
Could you imagine how many boobs we would have gotten?
I would like to.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
A
Yeah,
lot
no,
more- a lot more boobs.
I stay up at night imagining how many boobs we could have got.
Right. Yeah.
It keeps
Th-
you
We
up
get-
at night.
That's what I count as I'm going to bed. Fuck sheep. I count Friday the 13th would have been boobs. So
Do you count them as a pair or separately?
I'll tell you tonight.
Okay.
So now we've talked about some of your guys' favorite moments in the
Mhm.
film, and again, if anything, this is a very fun, entertaining film. You can tell
Oh.
that they had fun with what they were doing in this film, but
Ethel, I
Oh,
freaking
God.
love Ethel.
don't get me started on Ethel. That's my spirit animal.
She cracks me up. Just the way she like is always yelling at her son. It's so funny.
I
Oh,
relate.
that scene where she's chopping the chicken, she's I love it so much.
Yeah.
But we obviously we just talked about there's a lot of kills in this movie.
Yeah.
But Raul, what would you say your favorite kill from the movie is?
My favorite kill is when it's a twofer. It's a twofer. It's when those two kids just got done making it in the woods.
Say it.
And or quote unquote Jason, right? Hockey mask killer comes up and just jabs those like pruning shears into her eyeballs and just snaps them shut across her face. And then when the guy comes and finds her, he gets like eye garroted behind a tree. I don't even know what that's called, but like that leather strap that gets tightened across his face. Oh man, I thought that was so damn hard to watch when I was younger. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
I had that. We did a top 10 kills, and that one with the stick was on. Yeah, with the
That's-
belt and the stick where he's twisting it.
Fucking gnarly.
Oh yeah.
It is for sure.
What about you, Ashley?
He stole it like he does everything. That is my favorite kill in this whole movie. But I do also enjoy the outhouse kill.
Yeah.
And we can't talk about this movie without talking about bitch.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get it, bitch.
That's like one of my favorite quotes in this whole movie.
You gonna get it, bitch.
Periodically, I will still tell my wife to this day, 13 years later, you're gonna get it, bitch.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna say that one time.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like, yeah. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
She's like, we'll see if you survive the attempt.
Right.
Right.
You could try. You could
Yeah.
absolutely try. Okay, Ashley, what is your biggest criticism of the film?
Okay, so let's just play along with the whodunit plot.
Yes.
When Roy is found out to be the killer, and they're at the hospital, and the guy has his wallet, and he opens the wallet, and the second picture is a picture of his child. I can't remember the kid's name. But it's a picture of the kid as an adult. Like, where did he get that picture? How did no one know that was his child? What's going on here? Like, the community's too small not to know.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, with the whole whodunit aspects, like that would have been pretty cut and dry
Mhm.
at that point.
Yeah.
This guy's son was killed, and now everybody else around them is getting killed.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
he's a paramedic in the community. Like, he doesn't know that his son is here at the psych ward. Yeah.
Right.
There's plot holes there. What about you, Raul? What is your biggest criticism of this film?
Honestly, my biggest criticism is other people's reaction to this movie. I mean, I don't feel like really it's a bad movie. I mean, there's plot holes, there's over censorship. There are things that make this movie not a perfect movie, but is it enjoyable? Absolutely. Am I gonna forgive it for just about every fault it has? You bet your ass I will. So, like, my biggest criticism of the movie is just how other people take it. And I guess they just want this movie to be something else. And it is exactly what they want it to be until the last, 10 minutes. And then they lose their minds.
Yeah.
I used to be one of them.
Mhm.
Now I just ignore it. I'm like, it didn't happen.
You're like, it was Jason the whole entire time. They didn't zoom in on his
Yep.
face.
Once he fell out of the bar, that's
Yeah.
it. Roll credits.
Right, because that
Right.
dude couldn't have survived some of that stuff as
Right.
just a normal force
As a
of
normal-
human.
yeah.
No, there's no
Hey,
way.
he is a burly, ripped, tall EMT dude. Like, I don't know what he could or could not survive.
No,
He's not
don't
Jason.
buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
Jason could survive it.
But
because
he
He
Jason's-
literally burst through a door. He's not that big.
because Jason's the biggest, toughest, strongest
Okay,
slasher.
here we go.
So,
Raul, would you say this is your favorite in the franchise?
and if
Oh,
not,
no. So no, this isn't my favorite in the franchise. My favorite would probably still be number 3 when he gets his iconic hockey mask. And there's just so many. I mean, that the arrow spear gun through the eyeball, Shelly with all of his pranks. Like, there's so much love about number 3. It is definitely my favorite one in the franchise. However, this one is tied with number 1, and I'll tell you why really quick. Number 1 is essentially a grieving mother destroyed emotionally and mentally by the loss of her child and taking revenge on everyone she deems guilty. This movie is a father destroyed mentally and emotionally over the loss of his child. And he goes on a killing spree to take revenge on everyone he deems guilty.
Yeah.
It's the same damn movie as the first one. So everyone who doesn't like this movie can explicitly, well, I mean, I don't know what I can and can't say on YouTube. So.
Right. No, you're good. I get what you're saying.
Take a hike.
Yeah, take a
Take a
hike off
hike.
a
There you go.
long
Take a
hike off a
down
short
Shepherd's
pier.
Lake.
Ashley,
Yeah.
would you say this is your favorite in the franchise? And if not,
Uh,
which one's your favorite?
It is not my favorite, but it is one I revisit more than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say part 2 is probably my favorite, and sometimes part 7.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
But I revisit this movie so much because I feel like it's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like comfort movies. Like if you want to sit down and like laugh, you definitely put this on.
Yeah.
Well, now we're gonna rank this movie now, and usually on my first horror movie we do it out of 5. In defensive, we do it out of 10. So for me personally, I'm gonna give this one right in the middle. It's a 5 out of 10 for me.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm feeling, yeah,
Feeling generous
I'm
tonight?
feeling generous tonight. I feel like I gave the other one a 6 too. But no, I have a lot of fun with this movie. If anything, it entertains me. So I think it deserves a 6.
And a 6. I'm right in that area.
Yeah.
So I think because in our
6
franchise
is
ranking,
at least passing. 5 is like failing still. So
well, in our franchise ranking, this was right in the middle for me.
yeah.
So I feel like this has got to be like right in the middle for me when I'm, ranking it. So
Mhm.
what about you, Raul? What would you rank this out of 10?
I'm gonna give this movie a surprising 8.5 out of 10. And I mean, in the in the vein of Headlong into Monsters, I'm gonna, instead of stars, I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10 homeless dudes that haven't eaten in 2 days and are trying to earn a meal.
There you go.
And who hasn't been there?
Mm.
Right.
What about you, Ashley?
That's so funny because I also gave this an 8.5 out of 10. And
Was it homeless
so
guy?
yeah, so 8.5 out of 10. And you big dildos eat your slop. That's one of the best quotes of this whole movie. So that's what I'm giving it.
Nice.
I should have gave it 5 platters of enchiladas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 ooh babies.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So we'll start with you, Raul. This is your final defense. Say you have 30 seconds to tell someone why they should revisit this or why they should watch it for the first time. What are you going to say to them?
I mean, if you haven't seen it for the first time, what are you doing with your life? If you, I am not a gatekeeper, but if you call yourself like a Jason fan and haven't seen this movie, reevaluate your life choices.
Mhm.
But I mean, if you have seen this movie and you haven't seen it in a while, you saw it once and you had maybe a negative thought about it or negative opinion about it, stop being such a popsicle, take the stick out of your ass and revisit it again. I mean, give it a second chance, man.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you.
Okay. What about you, Ashley? What's your final defense?
I would say the defense of this film, it is dripping wet with pure 80s slasher goodness. You have, like you said, the 3 Bs. You have drug use. You have people. It's not a camp, but it might as well be a camp. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle of the woods. We're secluded. It feels dangerous. There's not a lot of places to go to find safety. Like, it has everything you want. I don't know why it is not held up higher.
Mm-hmm.
The last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I really think that's what it is. The Roy Burns reveal just takes it down. And like I said, younger me hated it because of that.
Yeah.
So, but let us know in the comments, guys. What are your feelings about Friday the 13th, Part 5? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Please go back and rewatch it. Let us know if your opinions changed at all after watching us defend this episode. Now, we do want to remind you, we have all of Headlong into Monsters links down in the description. So make sure you're going and checking them out, following them, and subscribing to them wherever the podcast you use. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps to build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Our links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror,
Stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.